What brought me to Mount Shasta? I came here because it was a mountain called Mount Shasta. If it was just a flat place like the desert plain, I wouldn't have done it. I came here specifically because the mountain drew me here. I was born in the UK. I lived there till 13 years of age, and then I moved to Australia and lived there till I was 21. Travelled the world for a bit, came here to Mount Shasta. The first time I had a voice was a physical voice. It just entered my head. And my teenage friend, was making me coffee like he normally did, or tea like he normally did. And a voice came into my head and said, "Don't drink the coffee, don't drink the coffee." And I thought, what the hell was that?
But I'm trying to think of, do you have any particular song that you'd like to hear that I might know? I mean, just anything, throw it at me.
He came through with the coffee like usual. I go, "What'd you put in the coffee?" He burst out laughing. He put a bunch of salt and soy sauce and stuff in it to make it taste ridiculous, you know, so he could see my adverse reaction. But it really did kind of step in and give me a warning, you know, of what trickery he was up to, because we used to play kid games on each other, you know. But since then, I've also had it help me in other dangerous situations to get me out of them. So there's been a few times when it came in that way, but it wasn't until I started writing love poems and channeling love poems that it really kind of fine-tuned itself, because then I was doing it on demand by making myself receptive to it coming out. There you are, like a swan in the sun, and then you are the sunrise. There you go. I was very unlucky with relationships in Australia. I left Perth never to return again, and I ventured the world on a 12-month ticket around the globe, full time, 12 months, looking for someone to be with, to spend my life with. And it was in the 11th month when I found myself at Harbour Hot Springs in a hot tub pool, and I had a girlfriend at the time, but yeah, I still felt like it wasn't really what I truly was looking for in the higher potential, or the most feeling of what I would like to be with. And so I sat there in the warm water at 11 o'clock at night, and I meditated on having my soul in love with the feeling of the woman that I felt like I would have liked to feel love with. And after about 20 minutes of doing that, I opened my eyes and there was a shadow in the other end of the pool where someone had got in. And I thought to myself, well, what if it worked? I thought it probably didn't work, but I thought, what if my meditation had just manifested that person over there, right? Because there was only one person in the pool. And I thought, I don't want to go over there. On the other hand, I better do, just in case. So I waded over there like a shark coming in on the prey, and very embarrassing, you know, because when someone's at the opposite end of the pool, it means they don't want to be near you. They've chosen to be the furthest possible distance from you that's physically possible in the pool, and there I am breaking that, right, knowing that they took that solitude for themselves. So I was really feeling uncomfortable about the whole thing. But anyway, I went over there, started chatting to her, and then we just glued together like magnets, and that was 30 years ago, so it lasted.
Tell me one of the most happy moments of your life.
It would be sex with my wife when I first met her. That was pretty hot. But the honeymoon stage of the relationship, it was extra special really, because we went travelling at that point in time, so it was all new for Dianna. I took her to a tropical part of Australia I liked, and so she was enjoying her out of America experience, exploring a new culture, and she found a job playing piano, which was what she loved to do. So she was in a place she loved, doing what she loved. And the combination of those two things makes people really happy.
Chloe, smile for the camera, honey. Don't chew on my hair. She's taking your picture. Yeah, pretty girls.
I came here probably because it was cheap. It was 2.5 acres for 11,000, and we wanted to build an octagon, and we only had enough to just accomplish that. And I actually found out that it relates to the measurement of ancient time, because you have spring equinox and then the midway point between the spring equinox and the summer solstice, which is really the ancient beginning of European summer. And then you've got the summer solstice, and then you've got the same division between the solstice and the fall equinox of the beginning of fall, and then you've got the same division between the fall equinox and the winter solstice, and then you've got the winter solstice, and then you've got the division between the winter solstice and the spring equinox, and then you're back to the spring equinox again. So you've got an 8-segmented year cycle there, you know, an octagonal year cycle within that. It's the dying of the old and the rebirth of the new, the sun god rising on that spring equinox. Harmonize your higher inspiration with your loving goodness, or inspired desire with a loving true good cause. See only the good things and keep evil away from harm. Like this little saying they were saying. And I like that because it's like in Western philosophy, or modern Western philosophy, it seems very drawn out and complicated, everything. But when you go back in time with the ancient Greeks, they had these little tiny sayings, and they were full of meaning and really could affect you with the insight from that little line, you know, and know thyself and things like that. They just kind of go throughout the whole of time. And her little thing of see only the good things and keep evil away from your house, it was little, but it was sweet. And I don't remember everything, but you can't forget that one, can you? Cut, 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 cut. Okay, so that's that.
Amazing.